It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That is Testament with the Return to Serenity by way of request in the chat room by Maykay.
Wow.
That's kind of encouraging that somebody who's only 16 years old would know Testament.
Yeah, it's good stuff there.
Yeah.
Song, too. Not the common. Not the common, hey, man, play, practice what you preach.
Right. Out of all the Testament releases, what is your favorite?
Me personally?
Yes.
Probably Low.
Yeah, see, I switch between Low and The Ritual.
Ritual's good, too. Ritual's a little soft, though.
But I like it because it's more melodic.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it would be between Low and Gathering. I love The Gathering.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not my favorite, but it's right up there. I love Demonic.
Sure.
I know you probably didn't like that.
I did not like Demonic at all.
But I love that it's that heavy.
Yeah, well, heavy's fine. I just didn't like the Cookie Monster vocals.
Yeah, Chuck went, he took what he did on Low and just did it for the whole album. But,
yeah.
But you know, it's I love it. If you listen to the music on that record, holy fuck.
Sure.
That's some quality stuff. But yeah, I talked to Chuck yesterday.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of, between the request in the chat room and talking about the CMS inside the studio.
Sure.
That's another interview that will be coming up on exclusively on Uncontrolled Noise.
That's right. Not this week, but a week from Monday. That one will be airing.
Sure.
That one is a week from Monday, and Chuck and I talked about a bunch of shit. Talked about the Slayer tour. They're going out on tour with Slayer and Carcass. How good of a tour is that?
Yeah, that's a heavy in-your-face tour.
Yeah, and we talked about fucking putting his faith into a witch doctor for curing his cancer.
Right. I believe I spoke to him about that a few years ago, and he did mention that he was doing holistic healing.
Yeah, well, I called him. I didn't call him out on it, but I took him to task on that a little bit. And a good interview. It was short. It was a short interview, but it was definitely a good interview. And Chuck's good people, man. I mean, we've had Chuck on the show before.
Sure, absolutely.
You know what else I asked him about, too, which I know fans will probably be interested in? I asked him about that whole Zetro thing, because remember how Rob Dukes blamed him for getting Dukes thrown out and Zetro put back in the band?
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
I asked him about that, too. So, and he answered. So, if you want to know the answer to that, Uncontrolled Noise, a week from Monday.
All right, excellent. Good stuff.
So there you go.
Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Go, Exodus. Hail and kill, boys. It's Tim James.
Hello, Tim James. Are you still in Australia?
Yes, I'm still in Australia and still a spastic.
Well, what can we do for you tonight, Tim?
I'm just ringing you to congratulate you on the tail you must have gotten last weekend, my brother.
The tails I must have gotten?
She's rather beautiful in those photos on Facebook, my friend.
Oh, okay.
Tim, you were more looking at Kerry King or Yngwie thinking, what a sexy man, weren't you?
No, Kerry King doesn't turn me on at all. He's not my type.
What is your type? I thought your type was anything with a penis.
Well, really, it's you, Chris.
Jesus. What, fat, out of shape guy?
So, I'm just ringing up to talk about a couple of things.
Okay.
But did you see 6 a.m. at NAMM, Nick? I mean, guys.
No, I did not. I did not see 6 a.m. at NAMM.
And
NAMM is Tim. NAMM is so massive. I mean, it is a massive setup that it's almost impossible to be able to catch, everything that's going on over there. I mean, it's ridiculously large.
Yeah, well, my best friend goes over there all the time, so he tells me about it, yeah.
Sure. So aside from 6 a.m., what's the next question? Next, let's move it along, Tim.
Next topic.
Well, next topic. What do you think of this freaking Phil Anselmo thing?
Well, we're gonna talk about it a little bit, but go ahead. What's your thoughts?
Well, he's apologised. He didn't mean what he said, and people are just crucifying him.
Okay. Next.
And, Tim, thanks so much for calling. Hail and kill, fuck you, pal, blowjob.
Blowjob.
At least he knew what was coming.
Right. Tim, if you're going to call, and believe me, both Chris and I like you.
Yeah.
But, boy, come on. You've been doing this for a couple of years now. You know how to move things along.
Yeah, Tim was in fucking, like he was in neutral or something.
Yeah, it just wasn't happening.
I expected him to go with, dude, you guys must be horrified about the Def Leppard cruise.
Right.
And that's Tim's shit.
Yeah.
He didn't say word one about that.
No.
Well,
anyway, where were we? We're talking about Testament.
Yeah.
And the New Testament CD is due out when, do you know?
He told me that it's not even done being recorded yet. So he said, maybe July, but from the way he explained the schedule to me, I can't fathom that it'll be out in July. I mean, he literally said they're going to finish recording it in June.
Okay, so it'll be late fall, early winter release.
That's what I said. I said late fall. Like I said, if it comes out late fall, that would be probably good. And he was like, we'd rather get it out in July. And I was like, yeah, all right. I've been around a little while too there, Chuck.
Sure.
That's not quite how it works, but I guess maybe if they've already got all the art and everything done now, they could start promoting it the day they get it turned in.
Sure, absolutely.
So who knows?
Well, speaking of Testament.
Yes.
While I was at NAMM, Bob began filming for his next Inside Metal documentary.
Okay.
Which covers the thrash metal era, the Bay Area thrash metal scene.
Okay.
And since I don't see Bob but every few years when I make the trip out to California, since he had me, at his disposal, he decided he would do a small segment with me for his upcoming documentary.
Okay.
Which I know that you've expressed interest in being a part of this, and I'm sure that, some way logistically you guys will figure out how to make that happen.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
But he recorded some video with me for a short amount of time, and I spoke about Testament and Exodus and a little bit about Metallica and whatnot. Right. I felt like one of the metal douchebags from Talking Metal, giving my nonsensical viewpoint and thoughts on, on my viewpoint on the thrash metal scene and at what point did I discover it and what stood out for me and what was one of my favorites and, those kind of things. Like anybody gives two shits what I think. But,
dude, you're Neeley from the classic
metal.
Yeah,
apparently I am. But I did. I don't know how much of it'll make the DVD or if any of it will. Who knows? It may end up on the cutting room floor for all I know. But Bob gave me the opportunity to express a few ideas and thoughts and viewpoints on the thrash metal scene of probably the 90s.
Right.
So that was cool.
Sure. I'm looking forward to it just because, I love that scene so much. And you're well aware that's by far my favorite type of shit. And I used to, when I lived out there from 89 to 92, man, I fucking stayed up in San Francisco and Oakland at the Stone or the Omni.
Sure.
I literally was there almost every single week. I was either at those two places or catching the bigger shows at either Cow Palace or Shoreline or, the stadium, and I saw so many cool shows, big ones, like, the one I always talk about is my favorite concert ever was that whole Day on the Green 91 at Oakland Stadium. Metallica, Queensryche, Faith No More, Soundgarden. Couldn't get any better than that.
Right.
But then I saw a bunch of little shit too. I saw the Davey Vane and Steven Adler's band Road Crew. I got to see them actually play one of the handful of shows that they got to play. And I got to see the organization, which was Death Angel without Oswego.
Mm-hmm.
as the singer.
Right.
You know, and, you know, I got to see so many of those bands. And as you know, my favorite stuff, when you ask me to name my favorite bands, are almost all from that area. It's Testament, and it's fucking Metallica, and it's Megadeth, and it's, you know, all those bands
Right.
that were there, you know, so love that era.
Yeah, I agree. So, so Bob, you know, did about 10 minutes with me,
Okay.
which of maybe a minute and a half will end up on the DVD.
Sure.
So, you know, but that was cool. I appreciated the opportunity to do that.